In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make Slinky from Toy Story cake topper. I will be using Saracino modelling paste along with a variety of tools. So I'm going to start by covering the board, and I'm just going to roll out some marbled blue modelling paste. Once the modelling paste is on the board, I'm just going to trim away the excess. To make the coiled body, I'm using the smallest circle in the clay gun, just using a little bit of Trex and kneading a tiny bit of Trex into the modelling paste also. As you can see, this is not an easy thing to do, so you could always do it by hand instead. So I'm just going to use a smoother now to roll out any little marks in the paste. And then using a small rolling pin, I'm just wrapping the string of paste around to form the coils. To make the front and the back of the body, I've added some Sugar Flare Autumn Leaf to some white Saracino paste. And I'm just rolling out a sausage, making sure it's wider than the rolling pin. Obviously I want it wider than the coil section. So I'm just cutting off equal sections for the front and the back. And just trying to keep that nice round shape. Using a ball tool, I'm just going to mark in the sections where the legs are going to sit later. And now I'm just marking the area where the neck will be. I'm using pre-coloured brown modelling paste to form the legs and the neck. I've cut lolly sticks into approximately 2-inch pieces, and I'm just inserting each one into a small sausage of paste, and then just using some water to ensure that the paste actually sticks to the stick, and then I'm just rolling it a little bit more between my hands to make the paste even thinner. I'm cutting a tiny piece away from the end of each stick so that it can be inserted into the body and the feet. I've allowed the paste to go a little bit firmer so that this is easier to do. I'm using a 2.5-inch lolly stick for the neck, feeding it into the brown paste, and then I'm going to reshape the stick once the paste is on so that it's slightly curved. To make the tail, I've bent the lolly stick. I've made a string of paste and I'm just making sure it's nice and even, and then I'm going to wrap it around the stick using some water to keep it in place. To finish the tail, I'm just rolling a small piece of brown paste and then we'll just attach it to the end. For the neck, I've coloured some white paste with some party green sugar flare colour. I've just rounded it into a ball and flattened it slightly, and we'll just pop it into that area that I formed for the neck. The neck is now ready to be attached. Now the body has gone quite firm, so it's holding quite well, but the neck is a little bit too long, so I'm just taking away a small piece of that paste at the end. Before I insert the front legs into the body, I'm just shaving away a little bit of that brown paste so that it sits nice and neatly against the body. And now I'm just inserting them in so that each leg sits quite close to the body. As the paste has gone quite firm, this is a little bit tricky, but at least it holds its shape. For the back legs, I'm just rolling a piece of paste. I'm going to cut out a small strip and wrap it around the top of each leg. I'm just smoothing over the paste here at the top of each leg, just to make sure it's nice and rounded and that I can't see any of the brown paste. And to attach these, I'm just using a little bit of water and pressing them quite firmly against the side of the body. To finish off the centre of the body, I'm just rolling some grey paste, making sure it's slightly thinner than the rolling pin so that the coils will fit over the top. With hindsight, it might have been a lot easier to have made the cylinder body first and then just wrap around the coils later. To connect all the sections of the body together, I'm using a lolly stick. So I'm just pushing it through the centre, trimming it so there's just a little bit left at each end. And because the two sections have gone quite firm now, I'm just drilling a hole into the centre of each one just to make the process of assembling this easier. And then I'm just going to attach the tail in the same way by drilling a hole using a little bit of water to make sure it stays in place. For the feet, I've got a lighter shade of the autumn leaf colour. I'm just rolling 4 equal sized balls, forming them into a cone and then just pressing them down. And then I'm going to use a smoother just to make them a little bit flatter. Taking the dressing tool, I'm just forming the paws by making 3 indentations at the front of each foot. And now I'm just using a lolly stick to form a space in the back of each foot so that the legs can fit in nice and easily. Using a little bit of water just to make them tacky enough, I am now just very gently pressing them on to the bottom of each leg. And now he's ready to be placed onto his board, and I'm just going to use a little bit of water to keep him in place.